He really thought he upgraded. He really thought I'd just disappear. But karma made sure every lie he told came back and ate his entire life alive, slowly. Hey, I'm Maya, 29, from San Diego, California. I tell stories because for the longest time, I didn't have anyone who listened to mine. I'm that friend who notices everything but stays quiet. The friend who believes in people too much. And the friend who got burned one too many times because of it. But this story. This is the one that taught me karma's not random. She's patient, strategic, and ruthless when she needs to be. So let me take you back to the year everything changed for me. I met Daniel at Balboa Park, near the gardens by the Museum of Natural History. I was sketching flowers, minding my business, when he walked up, pointed at my notebook, and told me he loved my artwork. We talked for 2 hours straight. He was charming, warm, thoughtful, also I thought. He asked about my interests, my dreams, my favorite places in San Diego. He acted like he wanted to know me. We started dating, slowly at first, and then, it got serious. Real serious. Meeting parents serious. Talking about moving in serious. Future serious. Daniel was the kind of man who could make you feel like the only star in the sky when he wanted to. But there were moments, little ones, where he dimmed that star so subtly. I barely noticed. Like mocking my art as cute. Downplaying my promotions. Making comments about how lucky I was to have him. Getting irritated when I made plans that didn't include him. Things that don't seem big until you see them all together. But I didn't see it. Not yet. We had been together almost 3 years when Daniel started working at a tech company in La Jolla, near the UTC Mall. The job looked like a big upgrade, better pay, fancy building, great office culture. And that's when everything changed. New clothes. New cologne. New attitude. He started calling me emotional whenever I asked normal questions, like, "Why are you coming home at midnight on a Tuesday? Why do you smell like a perfume I don't own? Why don't you want to spend weekends together anymore?" He started forgetting plans. Started leaving his phone face down. Started guarding it like CIA-level classified material. And every time I pointed something out, he made me feel insane. "You're overthinking. You always ruin good things. Why can't you just trust me?" I tried to believe him. I really did. But my gut was screaming. One night, I met my friend Sophia at Coronado Beach. We sat on the sand, watching the sunset hit the Hotel del Coronado, and I broke down. I told her I felt Daniel slipping away. I told her I felt stupid for even feeling that way. I told her I felt like a burden. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Maya, listen to yourself. You're not paranoid. You're underinformed." Those words hit me like a bomb. She wasn't telling me to snoop. She wasn't telling me Daniel was cheating. She was telling me to stop abandoning myself. And that night, I made a promise. I will trust my intuition. Even if I don't like what it tells me. I didn't go looking for evidence. But evidence found me. 2 weeks later, Daniel came home late from work again, but this time he accidentally left his jacket in my car. I was cleaning up, moving things around, and a small crumpled piece of paper fell out. A receipt from a restaurant in Little Italy, Buon Appetito. 2 entrees. 2 drinks. 1 dessert. 8:47 p.m. That was the same night he told me he was helping a coworker with a software issue. I stared at that receipt so long the ink felt like it was burning into my brain. Still, I didn't confront him. Not because I was scared, but because I suddenly didn't want answers from him. I wanted answers from the universe. And the universe delivered. Daniel had a work conference in San Francisco coming up. He was excited, too excited. He talked about it every day. Networking opportunities. Team bonding. Growth potential. He packed nicer clothes than I had ever seen him wear. He even bought new shoes. And something in me knew. I could feel it. So I didn't fight it. I didn't argue. I didn't beg him to stay. I helped him pack. Kissed him goodbye. Watched him Uber to the airport. He thought I was clueless. But while he was gone, Karma started building the stage. The second day he was in San Francisco, I went to get groceries at Trader Joe's in Point Loma. I was grabbing a bag of frozen gnocchi when a woman gently tapped my shoulder. She looked nervous. Maya, right? I nodded slowly. I'm Rachel. I work with Daniel. I felt my pulse spike, but before I said anything, she continued. I'm not here to cause problems. I just think you deserve to know. And then she told me everything. Daniel had been flirting with a girl on his team, a new hire named Tessa. Everyone in the office saw it. Everyone talked about it. Everyone assumed Daniel and I had broken up because he acted so free. Rachel told me she overheard Daniel telling the guys, Maya's not going anywhere. She doesn't think for herself. That sentence broke something in me. But it also built something new. A spine. A backbone. A refusal to be blind. Rachel apologized again, then left. But she didn't know she had just lit the fuse. Daniel came back from his trip glowing, relaxed, happy, lighter. Too light. He didn't even notice how quiet I'd become. How calm I was. How still. And 3 days later, Karma punched him right in the face. He got called into HR. Turns out, Daniel got a little too drunk at the San Francisco conference and tried making a move on Tessa. In front of co-workers. In front of managers. In front of people with iPhones. Tessa reported him. HR opened a full investigation. But that wasn't even the karma yet. The real karma? His boss called me. Me. Not him. She said. I'm sorry to inform you, but we need documentation of your relationship status for our report. Daniel stated you two were basically broken up. We need your confirmation. I took a deep breath and calmly said. No. We were very much together. And her silence told me everything I needed to know. Daniel came home that night completely pale. They're blowing this out of proportion, he said. She's dramatic. I didn't even do anything. You have to back me up. You have to tell them we weren't together. I just stared at him and asked. Why would I lie for you? He froze. Then he realized. I knew. Daniel was put on leave. Then officially demoted. Then stripped of bonuses. Half his team stopped speaking to him. Tessa transferred departments. His reputation tanked. He became the office cautionary tale. And me. I left. Not dramatically. Not loudly. I simply packed my things, wrote him a note saying, You replaced me long before I replaced you. Karma just returned the favor. When he came home to an empty apartment, he called me 27 times in one night. I didn't answer once. 2 months later, I moved into a studio near Ocean Beach. I began painting again. I sold my first piece at a local market. I felt more alive than I had in 3 years. Daniel, meanwhile, spiraled. He lost his position entirely. Lost friends. Lost money. Lost the girl he cheated with. Lost the girl he cheated on. Lost the respect of everyone who once admired him. He tried texting me countless times. Apologizing. Crying. Explaining. I never replied. Because sometimes the most powerful closure is silence. Karma doesn't always strike fast. She moves slow, deliberate, devastating. She waits until the perfect moment to pull the rug from beneath someone.